beautiful Carson with the beard. Nick.
Sans
beard. We're here for a midnight review, presented by Glasshouse Films. We're here to see Tomb Raider.
Those are the calmest intro
I think
ever.
The calm demeanor.
Nice overcast day.
Yeah, it's partially the fact that I am very unhyped for this, and also because I am kind of sick right now.
And I basically just woke up.
Yeah.
From my pre-movie nap.
Yep.
I want to be stoked for this movie, but I've only seen one trailer.
And it was
it's just kind of
pretty lacking trailer.
Yeah, like the weird double jump off the boat.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be like a highlight of the movie. There's got to be like a cool like pickaxe scene or something.
Yeah.
It's PG-13 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shit.
See, so big difference, because I actually rewatched the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movie, the first one.
Before my 6 p.m. bedtime.
Yes. That one was at least fun. Like, you just wanted to have fun.
It is, yeah.
And this one, it looks like it wants to be really grimdark, and I'm like, oh.
That's kind of been the trend, though, you know?
Yeah.
We don't really get, like, as far as reboots are concerned, I'm not saying we don't get, like, fun action movies anymore. But you know, in the last like decade, it's like, oh, can we get a grimdark reboot?
Yeah, I just want to have fun, and I think the only saving grace for this. So I really like Alicia Vikander. I think she's a great choice for this.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
but she just looks like, you know, hard, determined Lara. It's like, okay. But the real saving grace for this is that Walton Goggins is gonna Goggins the Walton out of this fucking movie. And
the weird thing is like the Tomb Raider reboot like games, despite being like grittier, are still somehow like not too serious.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like some of the old Tomb Raider games were just kind of like, I used to play them on the N64 and the PlayStation, and they were just kind of like...
The thing with those ones, late 90s, they were games with dude.
Yeah.
That's what they
kind of what it was.
Yeah.
And despite like the new games being,
you know,
like...
triangle.
Yeah,
please.
some triangles. But the thing is, like, despite those games, the new games being like a lot grittier and like a lot more graphic, they still are pretty like lighthearted. Like just, I don't know, the fact that you run around with a pickaxe and just... Pickaxe dozens of people, and it's like kind of campy in its own way.
Yeah.
And this movie just looks like, visually, it looks like the games.
The most, not the most recent Tomb Raider game, but the reboot.
Yeah, just Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
But it looks so serious.
Yeah, it does. And you know what? This is a thing in general, and I'm looking at almost every movie, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on this one. I am so sick and tired of, like, dad stuff in movies. Oh, my father went missing, I have to find his secret treasure that he was looking for and validate him. It's like, you know what, Laura, can you have your own agency? Can you just be like, I want to be a kick-ass Tomb Raider, woo!
Yeah, even like the third Thor movie, I'm glad that they got the daddy issues out of the way, like, pretty early on.
Yeah, you know what?
That was
okay, going back, both Black Panther and Thor 3 scrubbed it pretty well.
For the most part, I think Black Panther had callbacks to it.
They had one later scene about it. But then it was very quick, like, no, I have to fix your mistake, and it was out.
Yeah, as far as, like, the coping with daddy issues, they got him over
it very much made it, you know, this is Thor doing Thor's thing, this is T'Challa doing T'Challa's thing.
For sure.
And it really worked. Whereas this movie is just like, a lot of footage of Lara Croft's dad on old video recorder. Laura, I love you if you see this.
You know, but that is how the game was, right? Where like every time she was like learning a new skill, it was like a callback to like when her dad was like teaching it to her.
Yeah.
And so hopefully the movie does it like that, where it's like, how'd she learn how to use a pickaxe? Oh, it's about the time where she went rock climbing with her dad or whatever.
Yeah.
I would rather do that than it just constantly call back like, you know, daddy wasn't there kind of thing. To take me to the fair.
Yes, if we are gonna play by, you know, heavy dad rules here, yeah, I want like supportive dad thing, not like, as you said, daddy wasn't there.
I want supportive dad thing too.
When I was circumcised, when I was victimized. Anyway, so I just hope it's good.
I just hope it's good. This is like the longest intro.
Yeah. Walton Goggins. Woo!
Woo! Walton Goggins.
What's your name?
Lara.
Surname?
Croft.
We're back, yay!
We're back.
Second most forgettable movie of the year. Second,
What was the first most?
Winchester, starring Patrick Wilson.
Starring Patrick Wilson.
I know it's Jason Clarke. Don't worry about it.
I agree, but I feel like there's considerable distance between the two.
Yes. Yeah. I would rather watch this again than Winchester, but because this has some stuff going on.
It's just a video game movie, like, is really what it is.
Yeah,
If you like
slightly
Assassin's
above
Creed,
average. No, Assassin's Creed is incomprehensible garbage.
but I just mean like if you liked Assassin's Creed,
Oh, this movie's gonna blow your
then
damn
you'll
fucking
be like,
mind.
wow, this is great.
As far as I'm concerned, stay home and rewatch the Angelina Jolie one. At least that one's fun. You
This
know?
one was very like I have the same complaints that I have about like Bright. Is that
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
I like Tomb Raider, and the last couple minutes of this movie was definitely like get ready for like real Tomb Raider, which the first game is pretty much like that too.
Okay, here's the big difference between that though, is that Laura is actually an incompetent she is a competent individual and fighter, whereas she gets punked by a bunch of 16-year-old kids in Hong Kong, and I'm like, wait, you're making a scene of this? Really?
Yeah, I guess, but part of that is just like her coming into her own.
Stupid.
I mean,
they really made her stupid in this movie.
I mean, I think she was in the game too.
To
And
an
in
extent.
the game, you have like video game plot armor. I mean, that game opens with rebar like through the kidney.
Yeah, that's when I saw the like splinter sticking out of her. I'm like, rub some dirt on it.
Yeah,
but that's a big thing, is that in Warcraft goes to an island in search of her father and finds stuff and things there. That's the plot.
That is
That is the plot with like 5 false starts. That movie has like 5 beginnings.
It does.
We could have started on the boat and we would have saved a good 30 minutes.
Yeah, like the weird bike scene.
The bike scene, okay, let's go through
like
it all.
That Indian food guy.
So,
like, what was up with that?
So the stuff with her dad explaining it at the beginning, which he explains again.
Which gets explained again, yeah.
The fight, where she doesn't pay her rent for fighting, whatever. Yeah. The bike scene stuff, her going to the company, her going to the Croft Manor, which I could blend
Croft
it.
Manor and Company, you kind of have to put together. That's one. Okay, we're at 4.
I could.
No, you literally,
and then
you literally have to because of the whole puzzle part at the.
I guess.
The only way that they could have changed that is if she was at the manor when she was presented.
You know what? The reason why I count those 2 is because I'm also thinking about when she goes and sees Simon Pegg.
I'll give 4.5.
Or not Simon Pegg.
Nick
Frost. Yeah. So yeah, 4.5, and then everything in Hong Kong that amounts to absolutely nothing, for the most part.
Yeah, it really has like 5.5 openings, and
it's just like, come on, let's start the movie already.
Any one of them. Like, it's not even necessarily.
Start of the boat.
It's not even necessarily that like those scenes were bad individually. Like the whole ship, ship scene was actually like pretty cool. Like the whole ship.
Yeah,
scene.
start there.
And like maybe the bike scene was kind of lame.
Yeah, the bike scene.
The rest of them, it's
the bike scene amounted to nothing. Her dad explaining things amounted to nothing. Her fight at the gym.
Well, it's not that they like amounted to nothing. It's that they just all were the same thing.
Yeah, they're supposed to be character beats and introductions to a character.
They're all the same.
But it matters. It doesn't matter at all. Nothing.
It was a pretty weird first half hour.
But that, in a weird way, continues throughout the film, is that this film is so concerned with going as fast as possible, it doesn't sit with anything. So she kills a man, and instead of being like, I just killed someone, or even extending that scene and making it a real fight, it's just like, I killed someone. Oh, on to the next thing. Oh, I'm now working in a slave camp. Now I'm running away from the slave. Now I'm on an airplane. It's just one after another, but there's no weight to it. There's no sense of accomplishment when she does anything.
Well, that's just
or
like the
growth.
nature of making a video game into a movie.
That's fine, but that's not a good excuse.
But that's the thing. That's just the facts, though. Like, because the video games, like the games are like that too, right?
You are absolutely correct.
But the difference is you actually feel that because you're controlling a character,
Yes.
as opposed to watching it in a movie. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is if you're adapting it from a game, from any medium to another medium,
It doesn't make it okay, but that is the reason that happens. And
It's a terrible reason, but yes.
I mean, it's a terrible reason, but
this movie stinks.
It's every video game movie, though.
This movie stinks, and that's a crap argument. I mean, that's what was used for.
It doesn't. The argument has nothing to do with it. That's the facts, though. So you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. You like the Street Fighter movies, but
movie. It's a
but
bad movie.
It's a shit movie,
and it's fun.
That's the thing. Is it's like.
Oh yeah, no, it has a lot of the same problems.
They try to transfer like video game storytelling into
nobody's
storytelling.
Yeah, nobody's figured out the formula to transfer it yet.
Yeah, it's just
same with comic books for a long time. So they'll figure it out eventually. This is not the movie though.
It's not. I mean, it just depends. Like, if you go into it just knowing it's going to be a shitty like video game movie, by video game adaptation standards, this movie is not
above average.
It is not in the bottom 50%.
No,
for sure.
No, but that's still not a great excuse. Don't spend your money on this film.
Yeah,
It's just watch the older Tomb Raider movie. That was fun. There were things happening, and it was like, oh.
I felt like this movie, once they got into the tomb, it was actually pretty cool.
The last 30
But it's
minutes.
only like 30 minutes.
Yeah. You mean the actual tomb raiding?
The actual
part.
raiding of the tomb?
Yeah.
I felt once it got there, I was like, oh, the movie.
So what I was going to say is this film stinks of a company wanting to hold on to the property, but not really wanting to make a great film out of it. I call that the Alien 3 effect.
It's like what I said at the end of the movie. I was like, if they made a sequel to this, I'd probably go watch it. Would it be great? No, but
so one thing, however, that I will give this film is that, without going too far into a spoiler, any continuation this franchise might have, because this thing could have been shot for like $50 million and it's going to earn $100 in the first week. A specific motivation will not be used going forward. And that's something that the movie now actually has over the game, as far as I'm concerned. The game series. One of the other weird things, this is definitely a little bit more for people who are fans of the newest two games, Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider, is that in Tomb Raider, Trinity is not involved at all. But in Rise of the Tomb Raider, they are the big bad. So it's interesting that they folded that in, and you can definitely see it was still pretty the machinations of creating a franchise, and that's not a bad thing. That's honestly not a criticism.
It was better than just being like, oh hey, guess who was behind it? Trinity at the very end.
Yes, I will say that.
Because they did load a decent amount of stuff onto the back end, like the back 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh yeah, that was a little gross. I felt like half of what they used was totally fine, but
it was like, whoa, yeah, they just kept packing more and more. If they would have packed the whole Trinity thing on there, that would have been way too much. Yeah. They were very upfront at the very start with it being like, Trinity.
Yeah, I mean, her dad is like, Trinity can't get a hold of this. It's like, all right, cool, well, We're dropping names. It's
I'm glad that we got that out of the way.
It's not Thanos.
Yeah.
We're going straight for it. And it's like, okay. But at the end of the day, it's just it's a very average action-adventure film.
Yeah, like there were a couple pretty, like I really liked the boat scene. I feel like that was pretty...
Yeah, that was
cool.
alright.
It's funny that I actually liked the boat scene, considering when I watched the trailer, I was like, but the thing is then when the trailer doesn't show the whole scene,
how it looks.
And then you realize all of a sudden that she's jumping off something super tall, and she's not getting really vertical, she's mostly just falling far.
Oh wait, you didn't notice that before?
No, it just seemed like...
Oh, yeah, no,
they literally in the trailer only showed half the boat.
Yeah.
Like, the boat is going...
I guess my mind wrapped the rest around.
The boat is going like full Titanic, and in the scene it looks like she's almost jumping off like the side of it.
Yeah, it's like boats here, wave
this,
is here, and she's just
like,
kind of going across.
Yeah, and this she's clearly like 60 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And jumping like down.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, complaints rescinded.
But yeah, don't go see this movie in cinemas. It really does not deserve your money.
It's not. It's just...
Watch the original.
Like, it's above average video game movie, but it's, that's not saying much.
Yeah, I mean, great. In the... How many years since Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider?
All right. I'm gonna have to pull the plug on the putting Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider on a pedestal. It's not that good of a movie.
No, it isn't.
It's actually pretty awful.
Yeah, it is.
But this is like...
And I'd much rather watch that than this.
It's like I don't know, I think they're both... One of them's a shitty campy movie, and one of them's a shitty serious movie.
Yeah, I'll take the camp over the serious.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the movie hasn't aged super well, but...
No, it has not.
It's... I don't know.
I'm saying despite all of its faults,
if you like the serious stuff, the more serious one, then watch this. If you like the campy opening by fighting a robot and then listening to like
terrible
house,
early 2000s music,
deep house music,
yeah,
then I guess watch that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that what's her name, Alicia?
Oh, Alicia Vikander does a much better job.
Is a way better Lara Croft.
Waste of Walton Goggins. Complete waste.
Yeah, just like a real quick one. Walton Goggins' character is like...
He should have been played as a dark version of another character.
Well, his whole thing is he's just like, I really don't want to be here anymore.
His motivation is great, but the movie never allows it to really play out.
His motivation is he's just like, I've been here for...
I just want to go home.
What, 7 years?
Yeah.
Actually, he could have been there actually longer than Lara's dad was, because he had to go there to stop them. So he actually could have been there longer.
Yeah.
Than anybody else.
But yeah,
you don't know how long he's been there. He's been there at least 7 years. He just wants to leave.
No,
waste, though. They didn't, like,
no Walton Goggins' voice. Like I don't actually know if that's
he was
voice.
like just really bored the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which was in character for him, because he's like, I am just so, like, I actually kind of like this character because he's like, I am so tired of this shit. You know, he's like you insubordinate, I'm gonna shoot you.
You know who could have played this character really well with that kind of dry sense of things would actually be Alan Rickman. Just super dry and but anyway.
He's like the most dramatic, monotonous dry guy though. So dry guy. Yeah. Don't see it. Like it's like a red box it or something. Yeah. Like,
so next week, war ready. Actually, I am gonna go see Pacific Rim Uprising. He has made the weird, bizarre choice, in my opinion, to watch Sherlock Gnomes.
Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
So we got a doubleheader possibly coming up. It depends on like which one comes
really
out.
Don't. Yeah, it's like whichever one shows earlier, I'll probably just go see it.
Yeah.
But they still
gotta wait for me.
I'm not like emotionally vested in Pacific Rim.
Neither am I. But you know what? We'll get to that next week. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. Tell us what you thought of the movie, or maybe how much you enjoyed the other Tomb Raider movies. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's a second one.
Oh yeah. There's a reason why I'm specifically naming one of those Tomb Raider movies, not Cradle of Life. Anyway, youtube.com/glassfilmshouse, facebook.com/glasshousefilms, and Twitter @glasshousefilms. We will see you next week. Bye.